Hi, I'm Patty Miller, and I'm an occupational therapist with EBS. I work in our early intervention services, and this is my story of why I decided to become an occupational therapist. When I was 17 years old, I started babysitting after school for a young lady named Leanne, and Leanne was in grade school at the time. Leanne has a condition called cerebral palsy, which is an impairment in movement. So because of her condition, Leanne, even though she was very bright, was not able to walk without help, and she wasn't really able to use her hands for anything. So she needed a lot of help to get things done. Her parents worked, and I would get her off the bus and help her with her after-school activities until they came home from work. One day, Leanne came home and I helped her come in from the bus, and she was very excited to tell me that she had learned something new in school that day. And she wanted to show me, so she asked me to get her out of her chair and put her down on the floor, which I did, and she had the couch kind of supporting her back, and her feet were stretched out on the floor. She asked me to take her socks and shoes off, and then she asked me to get her a pad of paper and a pen, which I did, and I didn't know where she was going with this. She asked me to put the pen in between the toes of her right foot, and once I had done that, she wrote a perfect capital A on the paper. And it was the first time that Leanne had ever been able to write in her life. And she was as excited as I was when I saw it. And I said, Leanne, you can write. And she, was happy to say, yes, I can. And I said, Leanne, whose idea was it to think to put the pen in between the toes of your foot and have you try to write with your foot? And she said, my OT. And I said, what's an OT? She said, my occupational therapist. And I said, so is that like somebody that helps you figure out ways to do things that you couldn't otherwise have done? And she said, yes. And I said, oh my gosh, what a great thing to do. I want to learn more about that. And I did, and I eventually became an OT. And as for Leanne, she went on to get a bachelor's degree in fine arts, and she is now a graphic designer with her own business. And she still uses her foot. She actually has an adapted mouse that she operates with her foot, and she uses a helmet to operate her adapted screen with her head. And it's a great success story. Thanks.